Hey, my name is Megan. I'm the founder of Revenue Spark, and I am here to tell you to stop wasting your time looking for freelance writing jobs on websites like Upwork and Fiverr. I will tell you why, and I'll tell you what you can be doing instead. For a lot of freelance writers, especially when they are just first starting out, the advice that they're given is to look for paid work on job boards and bidding sites. One of the more popular examples is Upwork, and another one, although it's not really a job board, is Fiverr. But I still want to include that in this discussion because I'm seeing this more and more, especially with freelance writers. Before I tick anyone off, I don't believe that these kinds of websites are inherently bad. Rather, the way we use them renders them useless. That is the problem, and that's why they are a huge waste of your time. So let's talk about why. Number one, they are insanely competitive. Do you know how you read on a lot of websites that Upwork and Fiverr are great ways to start making money as a freelance writer? Yeah, so did everybody else. They're all there. All of the freelance writers are there, which means that these websites are very saturated, very competitive, with sometimes hundreds of writers applying for one crappy job. And you know what that means, or maybe you don't, so I'll tell you. It's a race to the bottom. What I mean is that the competition on these websites is so bad that freelance writers are just constantly undercutting each other, reducing their rates more and more and more until they're charging $5 to write 1,000 words. I think I'm gonna vomit. Think about how much work you would have to do to make real money off of these websites. And now throw that idea completely out the window because you're never gonna get that much work because these sites are too competitive. And here's what happens next. Number two, the clients using these websites care more about the price tag than anything else, including quality and value. They don't care. They go on sites like Upwork and Fiverr because they know that they can hire a freelance writer for dirt cheap. Is that all you're worth? No, of course not. You don't need me to tell you that, or maybe you do. You are worth more. Number three, and this one really gives me cramps, Upwork charges fees. I get it. They have to make their money somewhere. They're not doing this out of the kindness of their hearts, but does that make it suck any less for the freelance writer? No. If you get a job on Upwork, you have to pay them for it. So you were already making, most likely, not very good money in the first place, and then another chunk of what you earn is going to go to Upwork. I'm going to tell you what their current fees are at the time of this video. I'm going to read it directly off of their website so I don't screw this up. You have to pay them 20% for the first 500 billed with the client, 10% for lifetime billings with the client between $500.01 and $10,000, and then 5% for lifetime billings with the client that exceed $10,000. I really want to point out that first number because that's where a lot of freelancers are going to fall. I'm going to read it again. 20% for the first $500 billed. So if you make $100 off of a job that you found on Upwork, Upwork is going to take 20%, which is $20, right? Yeah. Which means that you are now left with $80, which, don't forget, you have to pay taxes on. I am definitely gonna vomit now. And that brings me to the final reason why websites like Upwork and Fiverr suck if you wanna make money as a freelance writer. Number four, you are not in control. They are. They can raise their fees. They can suspend your account. They can do whatever the heck they want. You don't have ownership over any of this. And how can you be a business owner if you don't have ownership? What? All right, so I've given you plenty of very good reasons to avoid job boards and bidding sites like Upwork and Fiverr. Now let's shift gears a little bit and talk about what you should be doing instead to get work that you not only enjoy and is more in your wheelhouse, but work that you can make real money for. LinkedIn, let's start there. LinkedIn will completely change your income and your business. LinkedIn is this perfect in-between spot. It is not 100% a hyper professional business only platform, but it's also not 100% social media. It's this really nice combination of the two. That makes it very feasible and appropriate to connect with other professionals, leads, potential clients, and reach out to them and say, Hey, my name is Megan. I'm a freelance writer and I'm really interested in creating blog content for your company. Can we talk more? If you need more help learning how to generate B2B leads on LinkedIn, go check out this video where I go into a lot more detail. Another effective way to approach leads is through cold emailing. This is when you reach out to a company that you have no prior relationship with, you've never communicated with them before, and you do so ultimately with the goal of pitching and selling your services. This is why we call it cold emailing. The leads are cold. You have no prior relationship with them. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I am a huge fan of cold emailing. After I got off of job boards and bidding sites, cold emailing was what I turned to next. And after I got a hang of that, my business took off. If you want to learn more about cold emailing for freelance writing, go check out this video. I get into a lot more of the nitty-gritty. There's one more solution I want to propose. In the past, I've compared LinkedIn and cold emailing, discussing which one is more effective for landing new clients. If you want to hear more of that conversation, you can go check out this video. The link is below. So here's the solution. You combine them. You first reach out to your leads on LinkedIn, and then you take the conversation to email. So it's not technically cold emailing because the lead is no longer cold. You warm them up on LinkedIn, so it's warm emailing. This is the process that I use for landing clients, and it's what I teach in my program, Revenue Spark. When you harness and combine the potential of both LinkedIn and warm emailing, the results are incredible. Your conversion rate just skyrockets. And that's not to say that cold emailing can't work, but these days I prefer LinkedIn and warm emailing because it's much less of a numbers game. With cold emailing, you have to be willing to send hundreds and hundreds of emails to try to close a client. With my method of client acquisition, we ultimately reach out to fewer people, but we spend more time making sure that they're the right kinds of people and nurturing these relationships, and it really pays off in the end. That's all I've got for you today. If you made it this far and you found this video helpful, I would be really grateful if you could support my channel by clicking subscribe and also give this video a thumbs up. As always, if you have any questions or feedback, or if you have ideas for future videos, just drop them in a comment and I'll get back to you, and I'll catch you guys next time.